Okay. I think we are live. We're waiting on Monty once again. And I'm going to go ahead and get our panel up. Let's see. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we are. To hit the chat. Let's do that. And I'm going to copy. There we go. There is Donald and Lisa. Donald, you and Lisa are the first ones. And I am still trying to go. Why does that say host? Why does that say host? Huh. Let's see. Okay, messages pinned. Monty's getting ice cream ready. There we go. Turn that off. And okay. There's Serena. Hello, Serena. Okay, I think we have got it done. Hey, Monty is getting the ice cream ready. I hope he's about done. Our goal was to try to have that ready so he would be ready to sit down when it was time. Are you about ready? Okay, we'll give everybody over at Dyer just a second. Hello, Mr. Troy. There's Jack and Dina. Hello, Billy. I don't think I can read my computer. It's too far away and my eyes are blurry already. Hello, Evelyn. And there's Ryan. Hello, Ryan. And Rod and Laura. Hello. Checking in tonight for the first time. Thank you so much. Okay, he's back. Does anybody else? I think the link is posted at the top. Y'all, I hope y'all can see it. Hello, Simple Acres. We're having.
I forgot it was mirrored.
Yeah, we're having Coke floats tonight, right?
With cashews on top.
Coke float ice cream. So, thank you, Jack.
Ours doesn't ding.
Ours doesn't ding. I'm going to have to figure that one out.
Do you want coffee?
Please.
I don't know how you get coffee.
Are we in?
You are in.
We're in the show.
You're in.
Hey,
where are you?
I don't know what you did wrong. The dinger just came with mine. Maybe I'm dingier than you are.
Hang on just a minute. I am. Let's see. Is that the one we want? That's what we want.
Work.
That'll work.
That's the one we like. But
yeah, I had you on picture in a picture.
It's okay. I was fine with that.
Oh.
I don't know why yours don't ding. I didn't
Me
do
neither.
anything different, but I don't remember it dinging last week.
No, it's never dinged.
Dina has graciously gone to get me some ice cream. I mean, a cup of coffee.
A cup of coffee.
We don't have ice cream ready to go.
He has created a really bad habit. Yeah, I'm going to have to say, I bet Ryan could probably tell me what I have not turned on or something.
Oh, man, we had some good ice cream at Brahms last night. I had a pistachio almond covered in caramel double dip sundae.
Oh, my.
So I had enough last night for tonight and last night.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we missed the last night's hangout. We needed to get on the road and get home.
We probably ought to most of the time, but we just like to take that Sunday morning and chill a little bit because it's so fast paced through the other 3 days.
I couldn't get going today.
No.
I
got up and done the redneck weather report at 5. No, it was 4 something. Dina, the dogs needed out, so Dina was up with me, got that done. Went back to bed till 8. Yeah. Serena's telling us some nice jokes.
Yeah. I was replying to Evelyn. Yeah. So So you were saying earlier on your live that you were visiting with Brandy and Hagen. Brandy's a talker for an hour.
Yeah, she liked to talk. We enjoyed the visit. She wasn't the
Yeah.
only one talking. We were
No, you were.
yeah, we both like to visit for sure. And Dina got her 2 cents in too. She likes visiting.
Yeah.
Brandy and Hagen.
Oh, they're sweet.
Yeah.
So the Jarvis doll is her. Her maiden name was Jarvis.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So my phone wants to switch her name to Jarvis Doll, and I'm like, that's funny, huh? But I've left it Brandy.
Well, she knows everybody.
In about 50 square miles
Yeah.
of where she lives.
She was
We'll
telling us
talk
about
about
a big guy.
somebody. And we'll talk about somebody. She's like, "Oh yeah, they're neighbors of mine down the road or whatever."
She was telling us about a veteran bee guy that does stuff for veterans. I think I'd like to meet that fella.
What's his name?
Who?
Steve Eason.
Oh, Stevie's. Oh, the bee
Yeah,
guy.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it sounded really interesting, really
Yeah,
cool.
he's in our B club.
Yeah.
Well, and she said, I bet you know him. I said, well, we might have been at the state bee conferences with him, but our bee club is Southwest Oklahoma Bee Association, Honey Bee Association, whatever it is, Southwest. And y'all are in Central?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're Noble Beekeepers Association, which is part of.
I don't know. It's part of the central.
Is it
I don't know.
Is it Cobra or almost like Cobra?
I don't know.
That I know Cobra too. That butter pecan's good stuff, ain't it, Mr. Money Pit?
Our favorite.
I heard Donald talking about that. Donald, we listened to your live too while we was riding down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Butter pecan's good with caramel on it.
Butter pecan caramel sundae is awesome.
Ooh, that sounds wonderful.
Thanks to Smiley.
Yep, Smiley Matthew flipped us onto that one.
Oh. Oh my.
Oh,
I
excuse
was trying
me.
to catch up on the chat.
I don't think I caught up on my chat. I got so far behind. I don't think I got there.
Yeah.
And you're right. I shouldn't. I don't think I'll ever do that overlay again because the chat goes 2 different ways. When you click it on the overlay,
Well, that and it makes your picture smaller.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
does that too.
Oh, I've never done that. I've never done the overlay. I didn't really know what it was.
I think, and the reason I was doing it is because I think it shows it on the main screen without having to have the chat open if you're watching. Because
Oh,
that's
well,
what,
No, you didn't see.
yeah,
It's
like
so
on our
that way
TV,
on the TV?
people watching on a TV that don't have the ability to chat can at least see it.
Occasionally, like during the week or something, we'll watch some lives, and I'll put it up on the TV, and then she'll pop her phone up and she'll comment that way.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
thinking we do that too. I'm thinking that if I'm going to take advantage of even one little small part of what I've heard from the Dohertys, that I'm not going to be watching TV much.
Okay, we missed it. What was that?
Yeah,
So they did the talk over feeding the farm from the farm. And
yes, I saw
included
that one. I
feeding-
didn't get to see it. Go ahead. Sorry.
That included feeding the people on the farm, the animals on the farm, and feeding the land on the farm. So putting nutrients back in the ground, they covered the whole gamut, and it was really cool. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to buy their books, and I did.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
good.
keep working my way down in this chair and have to straighten back up. We
Yeah,
have,
this book too.
we have
Hi,
Joel
Clyde.
Fallon.
Sorry. Hi, Clyde. Oh, someone else is waiting.
Have y'all seen that one?
That's
No. Polyface Designs.
Yeah.
We
Ooh, nice.
Quick.
saw
Ooh, big.
can't remember the name of the channel. We saw that on there.
The Polyface Designs.
That's
Well,
Yeah.
what I-
Justin Rhodes.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
would have been
Justin
Justin
Rhodes.
Rhodes. Yeah.
I think that one's
This one's
actually
signed by
yeah,
him,
signed by Justin.
but Joel's in this. This is
Joel wrote it. Joe and another guy that works with and around Joel
Oh
Salatin
no, Joel
actually
Salatin signed it.
signed it. So it was the very first printing of the book. Now they've done several since then, and he's got more out since then.
The foreword is by Justin
Yeah, but Chris
Slattery.
Slattery is also him and Joel wrote it. Chris did more of the technical parts of the designs,
Oh,
but every piece of infrastructure that Joel has on his farm, the plans and the cut list and the purchase, everything in this book. It's
Right.
remarkably well done.
From chickens to cows to pigs to rabbits,
Yeah, it's
To
large
turkeys.
scale what he does though.
winter hen
Yeah.
houses, materials. And a
Yeah,
few-
I mean, it's been several years ago. We watched
what's
a lot of Joel's stuff, and it was like, holy cow!
Yeah, he's
I don't
got
know
it
how many
going on.
acres he has, but
I've heard him
Lot
say,
now.
but I can't pretend to remember.
Who's that? Whose acreage?
Joel.
Joel Salatin.
They're about 500 acres now, I think.
I was gonna say I think it's a bunch now.
But they don't farm all of that. They only use a small portion. I mean, a certain portion. A lot of that is wooded and mountain, and that's where they put their ponds that drain the water down into their soil. Because he said they did a trade on they traded 30 acres of timber for a road being cut to the top of their property, and they were able
Wow.
to these ponds, and it comes down from a gravity feed, and it gets like 90 psi by the time it gets to the bottom down there. So they're able to water all over the place.
That is good. And
yeah.
I've got this
Wow.
sudden urge to jet to Brahms.
No,
I'm trying to
Sorry.
be discreet in my.
Yeah, I can hear the clanging, and it smelled like ice cream every time.
Well, Monty chopped up. That's why he wasn't sitting over here right in the. Well, he's never sitting over here when this thing starts. But he was chopping cashews, and he put cashews on the top of our Coke float.
Oh, that sounds good. Excuse me.
I
I,
would have pushed you over the edge if I'd have brought out the Frito scoops.
I'm gonna have to try it. I'm never gonna knock it. I'm gonna have to try Fritos and ice cream.
I'm game.
Vanilla ice cream.
But see, I like, and Robbie disagreed with me last night. We got to talking about this. I like the Brahms frozen yogurt cones, vanilla only, because I feel like the chocolate takes away from how good the vanilla is.
They're both good. That's
He
why
said-
I get twist.
He said I would just have the chocolate and do away with the vanilla. So we disagree. And I was surprised to hear that Money Pit.
Smiley, see y'all there.
I was surprised to see that. Yeah, she's probably headed to Brahms. That's our Brahms partners right
Our
there.
compadre in crime.
Mhm.
Money
Smiley
Pit,
goes to Brahms. She needs to bring you some.
right? Yeah, we're not that far out of the way, Smiley.
We are out
You
the
took
way.
her geese, right?
Right? Yeah, we need some
But
deliveries.
she bought your stuff.
DoorDash, Brahms DoorDash. But Money Pit, Donald and Lisa, and Robbie and Sonia, ne'er four had ever been to a Brahms.
Oh, well, they're from out of state, so okay.
Yeah, and I asked them, I said, so what do y'all have? Y'all got Culver's? Because, we've heard Culver's, and which is similar to a Brahms. And they said no. And Sonia and Robbie said they have a Cold Stone Creamery. I said, Cold Stone, there's nothing wrong with Cold Stone,
Yeah.
but it ain't Brahms.
No,
And
when
when,
Cold Stone, they sit there and they
yep,
do it on that cold rock.
they do.
I mean,
But,
it's good, but
they don't serve a Brahms burger in the back either. I like them Brahms burgers.
she doesn't care for Brahms
Mm.
food.
I didn't like
Like
Brahms
French
French fries. I don't like mushy French fries. But when I discovered Brahms sauce, You dip the French fry in that Braum sauce, and I'm good with it.
I like ketchup on my fries.
Well, the ones around here, I usually get crunchy fries. I don't get
Ours,
I like brown.
it's still got a mushy middle. Not,
No,
it's
it's
just
because
not
they're the-
crunchy all the way through. That's what I'm talking about.
There's a thick cut.
It's like the
fries.
Ore-Idas. I don't like Ore-Ida fries because they're thick cut. I like McDonald's fries. Not Freddy's. Freddy's is too thin.
Oh, Freddy's is perfect.
That's her.
No,
My
what's wrong
favorite.
with you?
Oh, yeah.
I've always said I wasn't married to a picky man.
Yeah.
He's picky.
I'm not picky. I just have preferences.
Lately, he's picky. And very boisterous.
Apparently, I was way too boisterous about not liking Robbie's broccoli
Is Robbie on here?
at the restaurant.
Robbie is not on here.
They must
Jack-
be
I
bad.
just heard. Oh, I just heard that actually. I heard a little.
Jack,
There he is.
There he is. He heard
He
it.
is
Mr. Vernon.
Did you hear a chime? What did you hear?
I heard Jack talking about me. I know that.
Apparently, Dina said I was rude when I was telling you I didn't like that broccoli.
Yes, he
I
was.
thought I was just picking on you. If I was rude, I totally apologize.
Jack, I take nothing seriously.
Well,
I'm
glad you
the same
know
way,
him.
but she's not.
I have to set him straight sometimes.
I like that, Rod. Rod said the main reason he moved to Oklahoma was Brahms.
There you go. Hey, that guy at Brahms told Robbie when we was checking out, he said,
Empty.
that's the first time, this is the first time we've ever been here. And that guy said, this just may be enough to have you move to Oklahoma. Young kid. I was surprised when he said it.
That's awesome.
Well, we had I fixed fillets and broccoli tonight, and I almost sent you a picture of it because I'm telling you, if you ever have the broccoli I make, you might like it.
Is it good?
It's almost fried.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Prove it.
David Lacey has said, here's the Brahms hack. Ask for the red Brahms sauce for the junior burgers. It's amazing on your fries.
I like the
that what
Brahms
we
sauce.
get?
I
The
don't know
red
if it's a
sauce?
thing.
Isn't red sauce just ketchup? That's
I don't know, David. Is there a difference in regular Brahms sauce and red Brahms sauce?
I don't know. If you go to La Fuente, the red sauce isn't ketchup. That was where we had supper last night.
And the junior burger doesn't ever have anything but ketchup.
And a pickle, maybe.
I like a number
Maybe.
one with extra
Maybe.
pickles.
Right?
Yeah, because
Hi, Clyde.
I don't know, but I think that the junior burger is like the McDonald's burger where it's just pretty plain.
Well, how many of y'all used to shop or ever has shopped off the dollar menu at McDonald's?
Yes, sir.
Oh, long ago, yes.
Sir.
We used to slip through there and grab 2 McDoubles, which was on the dollar menu, and an order of fries. It was $27 for 4 McDoubles and 2 orders of fries. No
Wow.
points.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Hey,
It ain't a dollar menu anymore.
We should have went to Walmart.
No.
They changed the name to value menu, and I ain't found the value yet. So it's
Right,
Mm,
right.
But I will say, for my breakfast, on the rare occasion I go there for breakfast, I can get a sausage biscuit, hash browns, and a sweet tea for $5. So I mean,
Well, this morning we stopped in Pryor at McDonald's for breakfast. I got up and finished off the bread from Mid American Grill this morning. So everybody was laughing at me. I was like, I'm going to be sopping eggs with that bread.
Here's Mr.
And I sliced it, made it last. Hey, Paul.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Paul
Oh,
K.
okay.
But we got
It's
two.
he's eating McDonald's.
I got 2 burritos. He is chomping on some McDonald's. I got 2 burritos, and Dina got a McGriddle.
I love those things. I've been craving
She got
one
a large frappe, and I already had coffee in the truck, and it was $19.
yeah, it's crazy. man.
Wow.
It makes more sense to eat at home the more you realize that stuff.
And it's better for you.
Oh yeah, like that smoked pastrami.
Oh, he says
I
yes,
know.
it is different. Brom sauce now is yellow sauce
For
I
your
did
chicken.
not know
Yeah.
that.
for your chicken. The traditional Brom sauce is red sauce. They only keep it in the back. Brom's was his first job.
That's Sean.
That's Let's Get Started, David Lacey.
That's
Oh, okay. I thought that said let's trade paint. I wasn't leaning in close enough, David.
Is Let's Trade Paint? Is Sean in here?
He was in ours. I
thought
don't
he
know.
I
Yeah.
thought I saw somebody that said hello, but they may have gotten him confused with David too.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
I'm gonna
Try that.
I'm gonna show my age a little bit. I remember when I was in high school and we had an open campus and McDonald's hamburgers, just a hamburger, didn't have it was like bread, meat, and like little bits of onions and ketchup, 27 cents a piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we would go up there and some guys would have a stack that big that they would eat for lunch.
Dana loves them McGriddles, Stacy.
I do, and I like
Sean's in there.
McDonald's
Big country
hamburgers.
breakfast
There he
at
is.
Brahms sounds good.
There you go.
David, you and I have something else in common I just found out about. I worked at Brahms too when I was in high school. It wasn't my first job. My first job was shoveling horse.
I've never worked at Brahms, but I am a Brahms supporter.
Me too.
Kind of the same way that I support the Oklahoma Highway Patrol.
That's
Monetary supporter.
Yeah, monetary.
there you go.
4 miles an hour over the speed limit, they'll never touch you.
There you go. My first fast food job was McDonald's, and then I followed that up with Arby's.
Well, I worked at McDonald's one time for 4 hours.
Oh wow!
Oh my.
They put me in the back watching videos, safety videos, and then they put me on the pancake griddle. And I had one of them little 3-legged hoppers with a button on it. You push it and it puts out exactly the same amount of pancake batter. And I was flustered, and I had that whole griddle covered. Nowhere else to put another pancake. And that guy come over there and said, "You need to hurry up." I took my shirt off and said, "You cook them."
There you go.
About 18 years old. Yeah.
Oh
My
my.
first job was Taco Bell. 16.
Taco Bell.
I like Taco Bell too. We don't eat there though.
I
ever.
got offer for a job at Taco Bell and turned it down when they told me I had to work on Friday.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Funny how
Well, of
priorities
course, back then
being adult, huh?
you weren't supposed to close unless you were 18, and they had me closing all the time, and I was 16. I was the youngest person that's working there.
Well, let me tell you, Brahms had made a mistake when I worked there. They would allow me to charge to my paycheck.
Ooh.
There's times I didn't get much of a paycheck.
That'd be bad.
I mean,
Oh,
that's payment in it. They probably were feeling like they got cheated somehow in that deal.
Like, can you forward me some gas money till next payday? Done ate it all.
we were able to.
Worked at 2 different restaurants, but it was never fast food.
That was all of my experience. Brahms and McDonald's.
I never worked fast food.
And
They
Brahms
let us make
3 months.
they let us make our own stuff for a while at first. They let us make our own stuff for breaks, and a lot of those things they have nowadays I made back then.
Yep.
They didn't even think about selling them then.
Well, I was a big old farm boy type feller. I wasn't eating ice cream, y'all. I'd go over to the icebox section and get me a tub of cottage cheese and go sit down and eat that for my break. That's what was costing me.
You know, that was when I worked at McDonald's. You talk about seeing some of the jobs people had over there. As far as what their role was, I worked at McDonald's for a year and never worked the front counter or drive-through once. They kept me in the kitchen because they knew I didn't believe that the customer was right.
4 hours is all I made it. You made it a whole year. You're tough.
Well, a lot of that was part time with school, but yeah, I had enough of that and went to Arby's and That was a better deal. That was a lot easier. And made sandwiches that you couldn't get on the menu for my own.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I like to put the Arby's horsey sauce and the Arby's sauce together and dip curly fries in that. That's pretty good stuff.
Here I am, probably the heaviest guy on screen, and I never worked a fast food job.
Your food was fast when it got
I
out
said
of the bin.
Yeah, I prefaced mine. I worked at 2 different restaurants, but I never worked fast food.
Yeah.
I worked at a barbecue place, and then I worked at a can't remember the name of it. It was a steak place.
Now, Paul Case, I got a bone to pick with you.
Uh-oh. All in trouble.
We took a group of people and we went to JL's.
Uh-oh.
Did you see me drive by or something?
No, the bragging about JL's was out of the box. It did not live up.
Yeah. I've kind of thought that the last couple times that I went that it wasn't all that wonderful, but
We were there late.
Heavy on the sides, light on the meat.
yeah.
We were there late in the day.
We were there late.
I mean, my ribs looked like yeah, they were good. I mean, it was good. It just wasn't. It wasn't Dyer's barbecue. I'll tell you that for sure.
No, they charge
I would say it wasn't Blanton barbecue.
Well, Dyer's is a real barbecue joint, but it's not a
That's true, it is.
not ours.
it's my great uncle. Actually, it's my uncle, my cousin, second cousins now. My great uncle's passed on.
Yeah.
Him and his boys run it.
But there was a lot of seating at JL's. But I
Yeah.
mean, then that's great because you didn't have to have a reservation to have a whole room.
Greg Duncan calls ahead and tells them we need 20 reservation for 20 plus. They said, okay, that's covered. We get there, Greg gets there, and they said, I don't know who you talk to. We do not do reservations on a Friday night. It's too busy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, why didn't they tell him that on the phone? But we got
Really?
it. It was good. And the main reason we was there was through the roof phenomenal. We just wanted to visit with good friends.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Well, did everybody enjoy their Airbnbs and their places they were staying? Were they good?
Yeah,
Yeah, ours kept the rain off, and it didn't rain though.
it was good.
but I think we could
Yeah,
all
we had-
hear that train that came through multiple times.
We were 3 blocks from the train.
We were across the road from it. And because I thought about y'all, I was like, "Oh, we hear the train too." Oh,
Did
man.
y'all hear the sirens that one morning and smell the smoke?
I didn't smell smoke.
Man, it was like a bad electrical fire. It was horrible. I don't know what it was.
Well, we did the Holiday Inn this year. Next year, we're going to try the Hampton.
Yeah, we'll have to try that one because
Okay, so
Holiday Inn, they got a sign at the elevator. No more than 4 people on an elevator at a time.
Oh, dear.
and it was very slow moving, and it could hold
And-
more than 4.
All
And
right. Well, I guess I better step off then.
it would occasionally,
read.
it would stop
Wow, that's bad.
high or a little bit low.
Y'all.
Several people stumbled in and out of the elevator. So
We
Yeah,
stayed at Holiday Inn and we really enjoyed it.
We did like it.
yeah.
How's
I'm
all my
going-
rowdy
John.
friends up here tonight? Are y'all doing good?
I'm going to read my email, and I think I'll send you part of it, Monty.
okay,
Email from Okie and the hotels and things that Sean and Brandy and Kevin and Rachel recommend. You got it. You as a volunteer. In the body of that, they specifically they don't get behind the
Hey,
Hampton.
crew. This is
They don't get behind the Hampton.
Just about.
really?
And we've heard 2 or 3 reports about the Hamptons.
Well,
Yeah, it's in Amarillo.
the couple that I forget what their name is. They
And
It was Rod and Laura. They're on here. Oh, are you talking? Oh, okay. I
no,
thought,
it's David and Diane.
Yeah, they ranted rave about how nasty the Hampton is, or the Hampton is, but
Is that for the pet killer? The Hampton Inn?
no, this is there in Pryor.
Oh, okay.
So, but we'll check it. I mean, never know. That was a few years ago.
I can't sleep in hotel beds. I sleep on top of the covers, and I bring my own cover. I just don't.
Who said that? Was that Stacy or Clyde that
It
said
is.
they've never had Dyers?
I never had Dyers. That is
Dyers barbecue joint is in Amarillo, David.
Amarillo by
Stacy,
morning.
you've never had JL, so you can't tell if it's better or not if I gave you Dyers.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm voting for her.
No.
Oh,
So
Okay. I want
Well, y'all better
Go ahead,
warn
Paul.
me which one it is.
I have a pretty cool story about the fairgrounds at Pryor. That was
We'll see you
actually
later.
that was actually the destination. We used to always take our show calves there for a jackpot show that was the first weekend in February. And in order to make it, we had to leave like right after school because we were supposed to be there for a weigh-in before 6 o'clock, I think, or something like that. We got headed off down there one year, and we got between Veneta and Big Cabin on I-44, and we got into some really heavy wind. And what we were driving was a 76 Chevy 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive pickup with a overhead camper in it, pulling a 16-foot stock trailer with 6 market steers in it and all of our gear. And there was a guy that had drove in with us was following us in a car. And normally my brother and I might be riding in that camper, but we weren't that time. And we got into some real heavy rain and wind, and it was blowing our truck back and forth. And Dad's like, well, we can't stop or we won't make it in time. And there was another pickup truck with a camper that they had passed us before we got into that bad weather. And then they're sitting on the shoulder, and we was only going like 25 miles an hour because it's raining so hard you couldn't see. And they're sitting there on the shoulder, and we go on up a ways, and we get into some heavy wind, and we just basically had to stop. And it blowed the camper out of the back of the pickup. It had those long camper jacks that sit down beside the truck.
Yeah.
And we had the trailer on, and you couldn't put your arms out. I mean, that trailer was only like 4 foot behind that camper. And so probably what we ran into there was a little twisted wind, maybe a small tornado, but it sucked that camper right up out the back of that truck. And back then the median was grass, and it did a nosedive into the median, just tore that camper all to pieces. It was enough still together that when we got a roll-off bed wrecker to come up there, he could slide it on his bed. And that was what we were going to stay in, was that camper. So immediately, all of our clothes and our gear just left on a roll-off bed wrecker. And they still weighed us in when we got there at like 7 o'clock. And we got everything settled that we had. And, the question then is, where are we going to stay? Are we just going to stay here at the fairgrounds with the calves? It would have been all right. I mean, it would have been uncomfortable, but it would have been all right. And Dad says, no. And back then there was only 2 motels in Pryor. There was the Pryor House Inn, which is right by that Thomas restaurant. And then there was an old bungalow type of a motel, the kind that you would have seen along Route 66, where you drove in and could park right in front of your room, and it had a U-shaped driveway. And that was where we went to, that they had painted the windows instead of putting drapes on them.
oh no. Oh.
And the Pryor House Inn, of course, was full because the livestock show was there that weekend. So we go over to that, and it became known for years then as the Roach Coach Motel to any of us who had stayed there. And after staying there one night, the general consensus of my group was, next time anything like this happens, we're staying with the cattle.
It was that good, huh?
It would be
Yeah.
the at least as good as this and wouldn't cost us more money.
So
Yeah.
Donald said in the chat that the Prior Inn was a great place to stay, and I've heard that from other people.
Yeah,
Well,
I remember him saying that.
It looks pretty new.
Pretty new.
Yeah.
we drove by it.
Yeah, they've
And
changed
That's
it.
where we stayed the first year.
Mhm.
To answer people asking in the chat, the original Dyer's Barbecue is in Pampa. It is still there and it's still open. And it's been open 50 years probably. So it's been around a long, long time.
Wow.
And in Amarillo, Rod was asking, I don't know if the one in Borger was actually a family or a franchise because they had a lot of franchises at one point too. Now I'm done answering the chat.
The prayer
Oh,
request.
I'm still here, so
Oh,
You are still
You
here.
didn't disappear.
I was wondering.
there's gotta be another story coming later.
Guys, I'm going to have to get out of here. But before I do, because I know that Opacon and, of course, Paul Case is with us tonight, and maybe a few others, Farm to Table has a new channel. It is the Farm to Table Show instead of the Farm to Table Direct Show. So we dropped the direct. We're starting over, resetting the channel. Thanks to everybody that's already subscribed to the new channel. It was 25 at my last count. So we're on the way to the 50 so we can keep doing the lives. But anyway, it's just different reasons we had to reset it. It wasn't growing the way it should have because we think of past content, things of that nature. So we're resetting and appreciate all of y'all that have subscribed and all of y'all that have been supporting us. But I got to get out of here. Because,
Hey, Ryan, before you go,
yes, sir.
I said you could go live on Restream without 50. I think you can. I know you could on StreamYard because I wasn't on Restream then. But hey, you said something else I was going to mention. Now it's gone. Never mind. I won't save my butt.
Are you live
with
tomorrow?
Midrex in the morning?
I will be live in the morning. I will be on the Farm to Table Direct show. I'll still be on that channel. Hopefully we hit 50. Tuesday will be episode number 60 of the morning edition. So I want to try to get that done before we switch over to the new channel and start over there. So
Cool beans.
I have a lot of reasons that I ought to reset my channel and start all over, but the same guy be operating it, so I don't know what the purpose might be. And it's his fault. It's totally his fault. You know, there's anything that's gone wrong with my channel, I can pinpoint the problem.
well,
You're
that was what we thought. It was just us, and but anyway, other things, and so we're gonna. If we won't stop getting good content, we'll just skirt around some issues a little more delicately than we have in the past. And that first year of being all political, we think is really kind of got an anchor on us there. So
Stumped your toe.
and we've learned a thing or two about words you can and can't say. So
Yeah.
Right.
so
Yeah, right.
So anyway, so we're going to do that. But like I said, we were halfway to the 50 when I just checked it a while ago. So
I still hadn't done either one of my channels. I will by morning.
well, I'll be announcing it on the morning show as well. So some of the people who come in on that that flow. But we do have the first video from Okie Expo, which is Sean and Beth Dougherty, up on the new channel.
I wish they had their own channel. I'd love to.
They
learn more about
they
them.
don't do social.
Yeah.
If you will go to onecowrevolution.com,
Say that again, Ryan.
onecowrevolution.com. They put a lot of information out there. That's where they do all of their stuff. And they just rely on people like us and other people at events who put their stuff, put videos of them up on social to handle that. They don't want to get involved in the social stuff. So,
onecowrevolution.com.
yep. So, but yeah, anyway, they got a lot of good stuff on that. How it's a wealth of resource and information over there on that.com. So, and they are a great couple and super smart. Found out they got 90 acres, and
Nice.
they started that 90 acres. The state of Ohio had deemed it unfit for agricultural purposes, and they turned it into a 90 acre. They produce 95% of everything they eat on their farm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool right there.
They should have known that was going to happen. He's an Okie.
Yeah.
There's that. So
Hey,
anyway,
Amy and Chris.
hey there, Leonard Mountain, Amy and Chris. Yeah. So
There's
anyway,
the big winners.
there you go, the ticket winners. That's right. They came and sat down with us. That was nice to actually get to sit down with them for the first time. So great couple right there, great channel. But anyway, y'all have a blessed night, and we will see you all on the other side of this. So anyway, y'all have a good night, everybody.
We'll see you. Bye,
All right,
Ryan.
see you in the morning, Ryan.
See ya.
Hey, Amy, jump on.
I want to jump in real quick. You asked earlier about it. Did everybody like their Airbnbs? Ours was
Somebody did. Did you do
okay, but we had issues.
that?
We
Okay.
had issues. Ours, I mean, it was. I don't care about the size so much, but it wasn't clean, and
Were
that
you
just
hotel
drove
or
me nuts.
Airbnb? I missed that.
Airbnb.
Okay.
Airbnb.
They were in a
It was
duplex Airbnb.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. One side's big, ours was little, but I mean, it was not. It was just not clean.
Have you left a
And
review on them?
no, not yet. But we got part of our money back
Oh.
We
because the heater also didn't work right. It kept throwing the DF, which means defrosting. When it was really cold, it would work some, but it wasn't right.
Oh no.
we had location issues. Our actual Airbnb, the only problem we really had was thin walls,
And getting locked out.
and we got locked out.
Oh. Oh man.
But we didn't know, and probably wouldn't have rented it if we'd have known. The railroad tracks wasn't bad 3 blocks away, but the highway right out the front door was.
4-lane highway.
Sounds like y'all were
Now
just
look-
down the street from us. Because
It's still better than a hotel room, my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that location was awesome for us because it was very close.
Yes. And I
I
don't
have some
really have
things
any
I'd really
complaints.
like to say, but I can't say them here.
hmm.
The
I still-
thin walls was because of the traffic. I did my redneck weather report at the far back corner. The master bedroom was at the far front corner on the opposite side of the house,
I heard it.
and Dina could hear me.
Wow.
And I was outside all the way across the house, diagonal.
I'm
It
assuming
wasn't
that-
a big house anyhow, but
No.
it's old enough there might not have been a lick of insulation in it.
Goodness.
It was clean.
It was a nice little house. It'd been all redone.
I'm assuming you usually do that from where you live, and I can hear you from there sometimes myself.
Well, there is that, Paul.
When I click on that, sometimes Anita isn't awake, and you'll say your bit, "We'll see y'all tomorrow," and she'll say, "Oh boy, he's a redneck."
That,
I'm like, yeah,
that's why I did it.
given the redneck weather report.
It's all in the name. Leonard
Well-
Mountain, jump up.
Oh no, I tried to get her to come on.
Yeah, and
I
we
can't.
were gonna do the vertical tonight, but we chickened out.
I know.
I thought
Yeah,
about
you
it,
mentioned that.
We had it all set up, but we chickened out the last.
How
minute.
were you going to do it? How
Well,
were you gonna go
because
vertical?
on StreamYard and Restream, both you can you pick the format, whether you want landscape
Oh,
or
that's
portrait.
right. I remember seeing that.
So on Restream, it has to be done before you go live. But when you enter your studio, there's two
I'm-
little icons down on the corner.
I was thinking about having to use a cell phone to do it, but I remember seeing that now.
And it still shows that you can invite. I just don't know how many people you can have on panel. I don't know if it's just one. I mean, it's a tiny little screen. We were trying
Yeah,
to
we
figure out
probably all
how
still
to-
been on there.
Yeah,
how to sit.
yeah, we were getting on the camera, and we were like, okay, well, you go this way, and I'll go that way. Well,
Hey, if Sonia and I can get on there sitting outside in our chairs, you guys can.
You just got to move the camera a little further.
Well, the
Yeah.
camera that he's got set up
yeah, I've got
is narrower.
a clip-on camera for the laptop, and we set it at the other end of this table, and it didn't make any difference.
Oh, no.
Amy's getting set up.
Okay.
I know that Jack doesn't like the verticals and all, but just like tonight, that there was a couple of folks that got in there and were asking some questions and that's one reason I like to do it, because there's other people get in and you know, like the Philip guy, he was asking a lot of questions and all, and he you know, but
You
and I just
guys,
feel like he needed a little information, and we try to help.
you guys have a global audience when you do
Mhm.
that.
Oh yeah, you
So
get from all
it's
kinds of.
not that I don't like it. It's just it brings on more trolls.
It does, admittedly. But the way I look at it is it brings a lot of the bad, but I'm trying to balance it out with it brings in a lot of good that I really enjoy.
Right. So
And I
was gonna
appreciate
try
our
it.
moderators big time.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, on
I
Money
was gonna
Pit,
try it
on Money
tonight.
Pit, Greg was whacking them right and left.
He was.
Mhm.
I was gonna try it tonight too. After Michelle and Monty said they were going to, but then all the time I was thinking I had to do it on my phone, and that's why I didn't.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing that choice on the
Mhm.
setup coming through the process to getting it all put together. So I may do that. I may do it in the morning, just see what happens.
I
Uh-oh.
actually got to
Janae.
call in on a live this evening that was very different. And I've watched a couple of people's lives that run their lives different, and it's not any of it bad, but it's just a lot different. The one that I had gotten caught up in was watching a lot. Hayden, Alabama podcast had gotten challenged to do 30 lives in 30 days, and they did. Every one of them lasted an hour or more, and they kind of got in a rhythm once they got about 10 or 15 days into it. But I don't know, that might really ruin somebody on wanting to ever do any lives again after that. But every one of their lives that they had, there was people who came in and they had their comments wide open. There was people who came in and would make some rude comments and then leave, and they didn't even have any moderators set up. They didn't know how to. And but they had a lot of people that came in there with good questions, like what y'all was saying that you had.
Hold on, look at there.
But the one that I was in on earlier, and it happened right before our church started this evening. I just looked at my phone, and there's a message saying that Ranching Sodak has went live, and I'm like, they never do a live, so I better look at that. Well, I go over there. What they had done was they posted a phone number. I don't know if it was theirs or a throwaway phone or what. But if you want to talk to them, you had to write down that phone number and then dial it, or go on a different device than what you're on. Dial their phone number when somebody else was not talking to them. And I don't know how long they went, but I got to talk to them for about 5 minutes on there, and really enjoy those folks. They do a lot of different things. They have a pretty sizable cattle ranch, but hadn't been that long ago that they went on a mission trip to Mexico to an orphanage and helped them fix their roof on the orphanage and stuff like that.
That's cool. We've done that.
And I'm like, I'm proud of y'all, because you done the smart way, because on mission trips you need to go south in the wintertime and north in the summertime. I can't never seem to get involved with people that understand this principle. But
Look,
My company doesn't either.
y'all look at Amy. She's color coordinated with her background.
Yep.
I am.
How do we do
I always
that?
am.
I'd like to end
that's kind of
I'm agreeing with Dakota there.
Dakota.
I agree.
Yeah.
Dakota's got a good
Those vertical, because just like I told you before, Jack, tonight we got 6 new subscribers off of that live.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Just 6.
Just
Yeah,
six.
but hey, 6
Six is
I
good.
like 6.
I hadn't had any new ones in a while now, but I'm only at 3% on my phone. I don't even know if I can pull YouTube up without dying.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, we need 318, so you spread the word.
Well,
318. Go vertical.
Hey, that
I
last
know.
the video you put up, Monty, about the butchering your calves was awesome.
Oh, I've got 3 new ones today.
He did a good job.
Yeah,
I haven't
that
had a
was
chance to
really
watch
good
that
video.
yet.
You should
I
go
haven't
watch
watched all of it, Monty. It did look good what I've seen so far.
it. Yep,
I
you got
wasn't
some guys
looking
there that
yet.
know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I have quite honestly watched 0 YouTube since Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Right.
We
I was
still
just
love
amazed
you,
at how
Robbie.
fast they worked.
hmm
Got
Those-
right at it.
Those 4 guys did 1,000 pounds and a 950 steer. They did all of it from hanging to in the package, ready to go in the bags in about 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Golly, Clyde and I can't do 1 deer in 2.5 hours.
Who did that?
But the gal did say, she said, we might have you come back and film more often. The guys, or at least one guy.
She said, one of the guys, she said, I've never seen him move that fast.
Having a camera on you does make things a little different. But
Yeah, they were showboating.
I have worked with some people that move at the speed of sight.
Yeah.
You know what that is? That's where you have to line them up with something to tell if they're moving.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, we enjoyed, I enjoyed filming it because, I mean, we've had, I don't know how many steer.
Look at there's Moose.
We don't know how many
Yeah,
we've
it's
had
moose.
done, but that was the first time I've actually got to go in and see how they do it. So
Looking cute. Oh, cute.
Amy, what was your favorite part about the expo? Got Okie.
I would say some of the classes was the favorite. Learning new things about what. Okay, so we want to do rabbits for our homestead.
Ditto.
And we learned a lot of information just off of that one class that we took. We already have the pigs, so we and we want to do more pigs. And so that class that was put on about how to profit from your pigs was very helpful. So I think that was my favorite part, was the classes this year.
Come see me at Rendezvous. I'm gonna do how to make money with your backyard chickens.
Okay.
That's a good one for you, Jack. Yeah.
yeah,
So.
you've got her. She's built. I got to build her 2 new coops, and
I didn't say there wasn't an upfront cost.
That's
Well,
right.
Our coop is, we figured it's over 10 years old and it was not made correctly. So it is falling.
Honestly, Brandy Doll, that one that her husband
Where you got the
built,
geese?
yeah, that's a nice coop. What he built,
Well,
that's a pretty good.
that's
deal.
because Hagen built it.
well, is this new or is this old?
It didn't look like it was all that old, but he built it for her. He said.
Yeah. Hagen
Oh.
built it.
Oh, he
It's
did.
portable.
Oh,
Well, and he built it for her.
oh, well, if Hagen built it, that thing it'll last forever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, he did a good job. It's a good looking coop, and we told him so.
You can move it.
Yeah, it is portable. It's on
Hagen
the
does
list.
excellent work. Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to teach a class on how to make money with your chickens, but I could teach you how to lose money.
Well,
Your
I'll
chicken.
probably
Because
put part of that in there.
I have some experience with that because here recently, and I know y'all thinking, what's he know about chickens? But just here recently, I lost a considerable amount of money in the chicken business because the price went up and I didn't have any to sell.
Yes,
Yep.
there is a true aspect
true.
to that, Paul.
So have you remedied that and started any so you can sell?
No, you see, I used to grow a lot of chickens.
Yeah.
you tell
I was
me
gonna
you
say
had
he used to be the
And
Like hundreds, right?
thousands.
no,
thousands.
no,
Thousands.
in 10 years, 5 million.
Oh.
Whew,
Ooh.
gosh.
Did you make $1 a piece?
No.
What'd you do with the money there, Big Shot?
The going rate on those for my part was 18 cents a piece.
Wow.
Yeah, but I never
Wow.
owned any of them except the dead ones.
The dead ones are the ones you got to keep.
Yeah, just the dead ones.
Oh my goodness.
Mercy.
Yeah, I don't know
I
what's
can't
happened here.
imagine.
On my screen, you all have locked up, all of you.
I'm not locked up.
We're still
Am I
good.
locked up?
No,
You
I think
just lost our
everybody.
breath when you said 5 million.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I actually grew chickens for 13 years, but I grew for 10 years for one company, and we would have between 5 and 650,000 a year. So, yeah.
Wow.
But when I switched over, those were meat birds. And when I switched, actually, I had a little help deciding to switch companies. They said, spend another $250,000 or you won't get a contract with us. And I'm like, I guess I ain't getting a contract with you.
Wow.
And so I grew pullets for a different company for about 3 years.
Who's that?
And they didn't put nearly as many birds in my buildings then. But
Goodness.
that's
So
what
back-
we did. The last bunch of birds that I grew, they left about 9 weeks too long. They should have went somewhere a long time before they did, and they were laying eggs, little pullet eggs. I mean, and a lot of them would be double and triple yolk. And we were picking up between a bucket and a half per building a day, and I have 4 buildings. And it was just trying to find somewhere to go with them.
When you're in that end of the industry, do you have to build the buildings and the ventilation and the feed? You have to cover all that, and then they just
For 18 cents. Which
wow.
I did the math real quick. 5 million birds at 18 cents was 900,000.
Hi, Chris.
So I was down there the whole time. I was just finishing a video.
Okay.
Down
5 million birds at 18 cents. What was that math? What was that chicken math, Jack?
900,000
Woo.
denaries. But if you got to build them big old buildings and supply feed and everything,
Oh no, the way it worked, they brought the feed, but we had to have all the equipment, and we had to pay our own electric and paid for our own propane gas to heat them.
well, that'd eat a whole big chunk out of that 900,000.
Yeah, that and the
Our
300
Critter Creek,
you had to borrow to start. Yeah,
yeah.
Wow.
there were times I
Mickey.
could have made more money doing nothing, but for the most part, it was better than having a job that I'm not trying to put anybody down. You all talked about everybody here has worked in the food industry.
That's food industry.
It was better than having a dead end job of some sort, even when it was bad. But I was doing a lot of other stuff at the same time. So
Well, I thought we had a lot of chickens when we had 500 at once.
yeah.
Well, we had friends that lived down around Poto and that area, down in Poto and stuff like that, and there were empty chicken houses all over the place down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was all Tyson.
I grew for Simmons, and that was Simmons's deal. They come out, and I was my buildings were 10 years old when they told me you either spend $250,000 to update to a different type of ventilation, or you won't get to grow for us no more. And now here's something that's really telling about that. My banker financed a lot of people to do that update, and he looked at me about 5-6 years after that when I was almost to get them paid off. And he says, I think you may have chose a better trail than these other folks did.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Monty,
Sure.
those chicken houses out there in Poto and down in there. My dad and my grandma cleaned those when my dad was really little.
Wow.
A
That's a
long,
crappy deal.
That is a
long
long
time
time.
ago.
Yeah, I was just surprised that you go over one hill and down the next, and you'd see 4 or 5 of them lined up down there, and you could tell they'd been empty for quite some time. But then out by it's in between Paris, Texas, and Bogota. There's a big. I'm assuming they're probably raising hogs over there, but there's 5 or 6 big giant buildings.
We seen that. I seen that when we went to Pinecone Fest. I know where you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
turn.
OK Foods. My
Yeah.
sister works for OK Foods at the chicken plant down there.
Mhm.
She lives south of Poto.
Yeah,
So that's where my new nesting boxes came from. My new old used nesting
Right.
boxes was chicken houses in Mena area.
There ain't nothing wrong with new to you.
No, that's
No,
right.
you- you-
I got some sheet metal flashing and some pop ribbons. I can fix those few little rusty spots.
Everything I've got at one point was new to me at one time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Most of it wasn't anywhere near new either. But
anybody run across a tandem disc that I could buy?
how big a one do you need?
Huh?
How big a one do you need?
Small.
Oh, my sister.
Yeah, there's one that's got wheels on it sitting in a guy's yard for sale in Peoria, Oklahoma. I don't know what he wants for it.
Yeah. It's got wheels on it. It's too big for me.
Okay, you need a 3-point one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 3-point.
I run across them sometimes. I was hoping you was going to say 20 foot.
No, I live in Canyonland here in
Yeah.
Panko, here in Tecumseh. So
Yeah. So we have little pastures,
yeah,
little spotty pastures around the
canyons.
yeah.
I had a 20-acre piece leased from my neighbors that I wanted to break up a little bit, and I bought a 20-foot John Deere disc. It's got wings that fold up, but it's still too wide to go down the road with very much. And let me tell you what, you unfold them wings and set that thing to cut, it'll make my old 1086 International, which is supposed to be 130 horsepower, grunt a little bit. It don't care for that. It's like, oh, this again. Yeah.
That's one of those Johnny said he would have to pull with his dozer.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's just a 47 horse, so I don't need anything too big.
I got a 25 horse.
I got a 27 horse. 1953.
Well, what was it? 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. I bought a TYM, and that's a
That's what ours
47.
is.
That's what
But
I
we've only got 2 acres, so it's what we need.
Money Pit bought a TYM cab. He's got a nice track. No, he
I think
got the not Massey Ferguson. What's he got? It looks
Mahindra.
like Mahindra, yeah,
yeah.
Mahindra, there you go.
cab.
2
Yeah.
years after we bought ours, TYM came out with the exact same tractor. We got the 2515 with a cab.
Well, see here where I'm at, I couldn't use a cab.
You knock the windows
I'd
out.
have ripped it off by now.
Right.
I could use a cab. It keeps my eyebrows from getting wet from all that water rolling off my 5 head.
We got too many limbs.
We got too many trees and too many limbs
Yep.
I mean, yeah, because
because we almost bought a who did TYM buy?
Branson.
Branson.
Yeah.
There was a Branson at the bank, the repo,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
and I got and it was a cab, but the top was ripped off of it, So I thought about it, and then
Oh, what are you doing?
Trying to figure out if I've got a 5 head.
Counting 1, 2, 3. No, we're good.
Can I borrow your thumb? Could you? I think I do. By golly,
I'm trying
Money,
to catch
put
up
your
with
head
you
on.
guys.
you got a long way to go, Monty. Yeah.
It is quite thin right in here.
I guess I probably got a 10 head.
Oh, come on.
More ways than one. Spelt both ways.
Woohoo!
Oh my goodness.
Goodness, we're
Mahendra, what is this?
we're
What Donald say?
yeah, we're 5 minutes over, but we're having so much fun.
Mahindra
675 cab.
It's a nice tractor that Money Pit's got, Donald.
Oh,
I like
I'm gonna
ours.
have to get off of here.
It's done everything we wanted to do.
Nice seeing you.
Again,
Nice
Robbie,
seeing
I
ya.
sure enjoyed catching
we'll
up
see
with
you,
you.
Robbie.
Is that Robbie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed that so much Friday night. That was so much
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, that was fun.
We had a ball.
It is
We're
time.
looking forward to 10 Killer. Oh,
Oh yes, oh yes.
I got to send David
Yeah.
Lacey information on the lodging.
is everybody
I
going?
got to.
Paul, you going to 10
We are.
Killer?
I think
Yeah, I'm
everybody
looking
on camera is going.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be
Great.
there.
we gotta go. We're helping plan the dang thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta be there.
I'm even going to get Anita to go.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
go.
bring my Paul Case ink pen with me,
I'll give you another.
Yeah.
and it ain't.
I
gonna
need
be
one.
pink, unfortunately.
I promise if you catch up with me, I'll get you one.
Okay.
I'm not hard to
I got-
catch
I
because
got-
I can move all that fast. Night, Robbie.
I got to work on my video for tomorrow. A lot of editing in this one. I don't want to be
Oh,
up
yeah.
too late. I'm already tired.
Yeah.
I'm going
All right.
to bed.
See y'all later.
Everybody gotta
Bye.
get ready for work tomorrow.
I know. And I know Mickey will be there. I think I heard Mickey saying he was coming.
Critter
Yeah.
Creek.
Back up.
Oop. Okay, back it up. Where? Up or down?
Go.
Up.
So I
That
saw
way.
Rod Dodson asking about TYM.
Other way. Yeah, that's the
They-
one I was trying to.
They're kind of new, kind of not. They bought Branson. Branson used to
Yep.
be what is now TYM.
I
They're
thought
not-
TYMs were blue.
No, LS is blue.
LS
TYMs
is
are,
blue.
are red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, wouldn't that be sweet?
Rod Dodson, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how new they are. The first time I saw them was Arms. He got one, and
Yeah,
then
he's got two now. He's got a bigger one with a cab, and then he's got the open top one too.
Lumna Acres was the first time I seen one.
yeah,
Oh.
and then I found out that 5.7 Equipment up in Chandler had them. So I went up there and talked to them, and I traded them my old Ford.
That's where Arms bought his, if I'm not mistaken. That's where his came from too.
Well, the one that he got for his whatever kind of deal he worked with them, that's where he picked it up, was at
Yep.
5.7. The one with the cab, I don't know where he picked. I think he picked that one up out east when he went to that
Bye, Joy.
whatever farm
Janae?
show he went
Yeah,
to.
that
out
farm
there.
show thing. I don't know. I thought it still came from Chandler, but I could be
Yeah.
wrong.
Because the one without a cab, it's the Mahindra. I mean, not Mahindra, but Branson changed to TYM.
Yeah, I look at that and I think, oh yeah, 30 years ago, 1980. No,
Yeah,
no, it's not
Try
90.
again. That's 40.
yeah.
45.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
And see, that's
Yeah, I looked at-
I've heard that name before, so I didn't know who that was, but he seems familiar. I don't know if he's been in ours or somebody else's.
I
when we were
don't
in there,
know.
but
Who's that?
That Rod Dodson.
No, Rod Dodson is from Houston, and he bought a home. Him and Laura bought a home in Duncan.
Oh, that's the guy that was at the dinner with us Friday night.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
Rod
I
and
knew
Laura. That's
that
who
name
that is.
seemed real familiar. Okay,
So
his wife, her name starts with an R too, doesn't it?
Laura,
It's Laura.
No,
Rod and Laura. So
there was a couple of
Eleanor,
both
ain't
their
it?
names started with the same letter.
Farm to Table met them at the Rogue Food Conference in Dallas.
Okay.
Found out they bought a home in Duncan and was moving up here after he retires. And he he introduced us, and we went to dinner with them, and
Nice.
they're becoming a part of our community. Glad to have them.
Yeah, they just
Cool.
need to start they just need to start a channel.
Yeah, they
That's
need.
what everybody was telling them
Rod and Laura.
Friday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
There should be warnings that come along with getting in this community very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
We should have a disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
you need to have some sort of ice cream on a stick if you're going to be on their lives.
Welcome in, and by the way, we're all nuts,
If you're not nuts, you won't feel welcome around here.
right? It's better to be nuts.
Listen, I got something to say here. I'll see.
All right.
Bye, Jack. So is this? So I'm not catching this right. Will Mickey be there? Or
Yes.
not? He
No,
is.
he was saying not to the my apologies.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I was gonna say I thought he was gonna be there.
Yeah. He's already got his spot picked out and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remembered him saying that.
Because we need to give him a special thanks for making our logo.
Yeah.
He does
He's got
amazing.
A lot of people's logos.
Everything he does. I haven't seen one thing that he did, even when it's goofy. And it's goofy on purpose. But even the stuff that you would think that like is gonna be goofy
Like the stuff he does with Joe.
is really good.
Joe fix it for you.
Not just that, but like when he did the whole thing on Halloween, the look-alike stuff. I mean, that's goofy, but it was good. Like everything. I've never seen anything, and I've gone through all the way back on all his stuff. I haven't seen anything that wasn't like
So, are
quality
you
work.
saying Mickey's a professional goofball?
Yeah, yeah.
Could be we've just discovered how he fits in so well over in here.
Right. Again, we're all
Well, the Okie Homestead needs to hire Mickey to do their t-shirt.
right. Yeah.
Oh yes. Yep.
Yep.
We need. Who can put a bug in their ear on that one?
Brandon and
I'll email Brandon.
Grounds and Daniel.
They need a few bugs in their ear, but
Yes.
I won't.
Right.
We won't go there and here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you always wish sometimes they would have suggestion boxes.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean, some of the stuff we've been involved with in the past, it was like after a big conference like this, you'd have like a Q&A, and everybody was like, well, we need to change this, or we need to do that, or you should do this.
That would be great to have. Yeah.
In my world, that was called an after action report. Like you go and have a situation or an event or whatever, you always have an after action report to like, this is what we did right. This is what we could have done better on. This we're never, ever, ever doing again.
Yeah.
And they're probably
Don't ever do that again.
We're just not involved.
Right.
Or we're not
tell
involved
you,
for sure.
I probably know which part of that my name would be put in on those three ideals about after action stuff. Don't let him do anything.
Don't let him do anything.
Oh my goodness.
We talked about you today, Paul.
Oh, well, I
We
was
did.
too busy. My ears didn't have time to burn. Sorry.
Oh,
You were moving so fast it kept him cool.
Yeah.
That's it.
oh.
We're serious about those raised beds.
Yep.
Like serious.
I can make them.
Raised beds are the way to go.
Yes. Well, that's the only way we can
out
do
here,
it.
it's the only way we can go.
Yeah.
I have sold exactly 2 of them. I was gonna I was gonna measure, see if I couldn't make it so that you could make one 16-foot cattle panel go around the whole dadgum thing.
So how do you make them?
They're just screwed together, and they have a piece of either 3x3 or 3x4 in every corner. But I have a sawmill. I cut the lumber, and the lumber is actually a byproduct from stuff that I get orders for. Have several companies that I cut dunnage for, and if you don't know what dunnage is, it's just the sticks that they put under stuff on a semi-trailer, palleting type of lumber. And a lot of the time they want like 3x4s or 6x6s. One construction company near me has started a concrete prefab plant. And in order to have a place to set all their parts, they have to buy 6x6s so it'll hold the stuff up off the ground enough it can get airflow under it and continue to cure while it's sitting outside of their forms. And so I've sold them literally hundreds of 8x6s. You always get some lumber off the sides of those. And so that's I have a little bit of an overflow of that. Of course, it's more work to do it to make that into raised beds, but I sell a few of them once in a while. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes I make 3 of them and they sit there for 6 months. Well, people threaten me. We're going to come get some of them. I'm like, you just come on ahead, you know.
Well, this one's serious about raised beds.
And there's a byproduct. Since we're talking about byproducts, there's a byproduct of coming to get out some of those raised beds. We ain't never been through the Museum of Old Farm Tractors. So,
well, I've really done something to help out the old farm tractor museum. We put part of the roof back on that building the other day.
Well, all it needs now is air conditioning. You start charging admission.
It had air conditioning when half the roof was off.
It had air conditioning.
Yeah,
ventilation at the very least.
Wind was blowing 1,000 miles an hour. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, you might even get to see a tractor or two that are fixing to leave if you hurry up. I've got a couple of them on Purple Wave right now.
Okay.
So,
Amy, what size raised beds are you looking at?
I don't know, Paul. What size raised beds you got?
3x5. I have one that's 4x8, but I figured out that's too big. You can't, and on the 5x3 ones, you could set on one side of it and reach more than halfway across it. But on the 4-foot wide ones, you'd be falling over into it probably. So, yeah. 3 foot by 5 foot.
Subscriber today, so I need one more to replace Grumpy. What?
Well, hopefully somebody on here will subscribe. We've already.
Yeah, I'm already subscribed.
How do you Grumpy? Our Grumpy?
Our Grumpy?
I will call that girl right now and cuss her out. I'll just have to mute us real quick.
Watch.
I know. Read the lips. Remember how he read your lips when you went on that rant? Yeah.
I'll just have to like.
I thought nobody would remember that.
Oh goodness, Mickey.
Surely it wasn't our Grumpy that he lost. Christopher, are you subscribed to Critter Creek? Is he even in here? I'm yelling.
He's in there. I heard him.
Does it help? Do you think it helps if you yell?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on if he's just on the other side of that wall. Then it does. But
did you hear that?
Okay, not our Grumpy.
Oh.
Not our Leonard's Grumpy.
Mickey, there's no O in our name. No O.
Ooh, he put an O.
Hey, that might be spell check.
Let's have a spelling bee
Hey,
guys.
Look, he's got a misspell down here too. It might be spell check. Spell check hates our name apparently.
Yeah, it automatically puts it there.
It does.
Because you can type it in the search bar and it will change it. Yeah.
He's already subscribed.
The
So
cool part about that is if you type the O in there and hit search, we still pop up. So I
You
don't
still
So,
pop up. Yeah.
I think it's because everybody putting in the O. I'm like, okay, guys, it's LENARD. No O.
I've done that my entire life. And the bad part is there's a Leonard, the town of Leonard, literally like 6 miles that way. And everything you drive through there, and it's Leonard Mountain Baptist Church and Leonard blah blah. And it's like they spelled my name wrong on every sign in that place.
Oh
Well,
my.
in every video that I load, I always shout out Mickey in our description. Every video. So
Yeah.
people need to pay attention to the, you know.
Why ain't we got our logo in the middle of our screen down, or the
Because
corner of our screen
it's
down
their live. It's the way
I know,
they
but
have it.
on the
It's my life, Chris.
on the chat, does our little logo on the corner? Type something real quick.
Oh my goodness.
Hurry up,
Hurry up.
Harry.
Look at me.
Well, we're some kind of maniacs, but I don't know about ego.
Okay, that was coming up too.
Type something.
Back off, egg
It
maniac.
does. Watch. Hold on. Or does it?
Oh, wait for
Let
it
me
to
take
pop
that
up.
off. Let's see.
Do it.
It does.
Yes, it do. Okay.
You just wanted to see our logo on there. That's
Hey,
what it was.
I like our logo.
I had your logo up earlier. I'm trying to
We
Put
need to get
everybody's
with
messages
like somebody that knows more about this crap than me. But you know, when you like click off your camera or whatever, you put your avatar on there. We need to figure out how to put our logo on there, like Dale does, or Nana's photo, or whatever.
So we've done that.
I
I
thought
don't
we've
think you
done
have to
that.
worry
Did
about
you?
it. It just does it.
I don't know. I don't know half the stuff you do.
to see that one. Mickey. Uh-oh.
Mom asked me about that.
Well, let's see. Turn our camera on.
maybe I
Why
will-
is it a bar?
Oh, so when you mute it and it goes to your logo?
No,
I
it
got
don't.
it.
It's-
We've done it on
See?
the stream.
We've
dot
done
com.
it on StreamYard, not Restream.
Lies.
Yeah, we are on
We'll
Restream.
fix it soon on Restream.
Yeah.
Always clicking buttons.
I gotta click
Always
stuff.
clicking buttons.
Always clicking stuff.
Stop pushing
Always
buttons.
messing with stuff. Why you
Always-
gotta go being messing with stuff?
That's what my instructor says we have to do to find out stuff anyway.
Yeah, that's how you got to create problems to learn how to fix them.
Yep.
I'm a fixer.
Really?
Sometimes I don't have nothing to fix, so I got to break something first.
Oh! You got Paul cased.
Always.
I missed it.
Oh,
I've been trying to
he
catch
said
him.
nothing. He did not tell a story.
Yeah, he always leaves with a
just
story.
up and gone.
God, he forgot the story. He just said, "I wonder what this button does."
I don't know.
We're gonna have a
we-
ball. We're gonna have a ball at Tin Killer.
Oh my
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Getting to meet everybody.
God.
Yeah.
I'll
We
figure
had
it
a
out.
ball last year, and we were really like fairly new at the time,
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
We were
and
new.
like we didn't know everybody like we do now. So we were actually like introducing ourselves a lot last year, and still had a ball. Because the
Yeah.
only people we knew like had met personally, other than like on lives, was Johnny and Christine and Tony.
Tony. Mhm.
That's it. We met them at the Okie thing,
Wow.
and then a month later at Tin Killer, we met them again. So that was the only people we could walk up to and had physically, talked to in person before Tin Killer. Other than that, I mean, she knew people because she'd been in their lives and chats and whatnot. But this year's going to be a lot, I think, a lot different just because we've met a lot of them last year. So, and then this year's going to be not as new, I feel like.
Oh, you know what? Another good thing about the Okie Homestead Expo was actually being recognized from last year, and I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing,
Right?
because they
Some of
recognized
the
me. They were like, "Oh,
vendors,
we
I was like,
realize
"Oh,
we
you
recognize
came
you."
back this
Yeah,
year.
you came back this year,
Like,
so
what
I'm
did
very memorable.
What
I
did
guess.
I do last year that made you remember me? I hope I didn't make you angry about
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, there was a few vendors that remembered me from last year, and I'm like, Well, I don't know if
Wow.
it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Right.
I spent a lot of money, so I don't know.
Yeah. The
Ask this
Nutrimill
baker.
guy did that with us.
Yeah,
Because
that's
last year we spent a lot of money and
he recognized
this year we
this,
didn't, but
and we were standing there talking to him. He's like, "I really like your hat. Let's trade hats." And I'm like, "Okay."
it wasn't a great hat, but it did have the Red Dirt Rooster logo on it. So
Nice.
we ordered a
Cool.
couple.
That's
just
one
to
thing
test
we
it
got to
and
do this year. Is I got to get Pretty and Pooch to make us some hats.
Yes, I need to get with Pretty and Pooch.
Okay, Pretty and Pooch, because I just ordered everything off of Vistaprint this year. But see, I really don't know Pretty and Pooch. So we
Pooch is
I'm not-
pretty cool. I got
They're pretty
I got
cool couple.
one of his hats.
Yeah,
He
I
gave
got
me this one at
pretty.
Pinecone Fest.
Wow.
It's got a glare on it, and
Well,
he
it's got the leather patch.
Ooh,
yeah,
yeah.
he laser engraves the leather and puts it on there. I mean, he gets the hats. They're Richardson hats, so he just gets the hats, and then he does
see
he
his
puts the
comment?
leather and puts them on there.
Paul Case, let me tell you, I had a lot of
I didn't
comments
want to
on
keep it up
my
to him.
Your hat.
my hat.
Yeah.
You know, because I wore Chris's hat. You know
Yeah.
that she made me.
Mhm.
But my outfit, both days, people were like, "I love your outfit." Just
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Nobody at all said anything. Well, no, I can't say that.
No.
Dang it.
no, they
The
were talking
Farm
about
to
the shirt.
Table did mention my shirt because I had my, my gun isn't a threat unless you are shirt on. So
Oh.
It made a
he's
statement.
like, you don't talk a lot, but you wear shirts that make statements. I'm like, yeah, so I don't have to talk. I don't like people that much. So if I wear stuff that is already my filter for whether I like you or not, then I don't have to meet you to know if I like you. If you get upset about my shirt, I already know I don't like you. Problem solved.
Yeah,
I don't have to talk to you at all.
Oh, goodness.
That's my radar for people I can get along with. I wear shirts that upset the wrong kind of people,
Uh-oh.
and then
Yeah.
it lets me know that they're the wrong kind of people.
We ran into Opacon,
Dakota
Dakota,
Yeah.
and Shayla.
in Salem. We saw them at the deal, but we never saw them any time after that.
Yeah.
I think well, they might have been in conference or classes or something.
I know they went to that one class.
Mhm.
We went to
yeah, taxes.
the homestead taxes,
Hmm.
which
Yeah,
was
we
pretty
looked at
cool
that
actually.
one.
Like it wasn't super like I wouldn't say entertaining because the whole point isn't it's not a show you want to go to for entertainment. It's a learning
learning.
process.
Yeah.
But some of them are like more upbeat, but it's taxes. It's hard to make taxes like a Broadway musical. They're not.
Everybody hates them.
It's taxes.
Taxes.
And it
Oh.
lived up to its reputation. It was taxes. It was a conversation about taxes, but
Yeah.
the information was good. It just wasn't one of those, like energetic kind of
Yeah.
happy-go-lucky kind of thing. Like the ones with the pigs, there's more joking around and kind of conversation style. The one about taxes was just like taxes. Okay, I get
I almost felt like I was in school and I was like, oh, I gotta get up. I'm gonna fall asleep.
it. Right?
But it was good. Like
the
it was
information
informational.
was nice. I like the information.
Yeah.
But
That needs to be in like a handout form where they can just do
right, yeah.
Yes.
Those kind of classes you have to
points. Yeah.
shorter because you can't hold their attention for very long because it again is taxes.
Dakota said, yeah,
Like-
I was gonna fall asleep.
You're having a conversation about taxes. It's not one
Yeah.
of those, ooh, you're not on the edge of your seat like, ooh, give me more. No,
You know.
you're talking about
No.
taxes.
Matter of fact, I was reading off. I was like, was that on Saturday or was that Friday?
It was Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, we left before then because they were like, nope. We needed to get on the road anyway. But it was like,
Right.
that's information I probably need, but I don't want to sit through it. So we didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
There
Well,
was
look
never-
at y'all, an hour and 30 minutes.
So
Woohoo!
I'm so blurry eyed because
Yeah, Paul down here. Y'all were
So did Dakota,
I
did he
was
speak up just because I brought them up?
Paul, I didn't even know who you were last year. You just walked over and sat down and started chit chatting, and I was like,
Is that it?
Where's my
Oh
purse?
no, that's not that one.
Hand me my purse.
Babe,
Pull
who
that
is
one
this
back.
guy?
Hand me
Like,
my purse.
I didn't know who Paul was at all.
There was a few people I did not know at all. But I know them now.
And you
Check
found,
out
and
what-
you found it the other day. Yeah.
Look what I got.
Oh, Paul Case Farms.
YouTube.
That was what he.
Pawpaw.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
Wow.
what I got last year.
Oh my.
So I still got my Paul Case Farms. Yep.
I don't.
If Paul Case is still listening.
He's there.
Oops. No, that was earlier. He might still be there. What is Greg saying?
Oh, he's talking about that
Oh.
that monotone teacher on Ferris Bueller's Day Out.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't even see straight now.
I
Oh,
know.
we start getting on at 5 with Donald and Lisa Money Pit, and it's just.
We do the.
But we cut in and out because we got to get
we
the
do
animals in
do
and
the
feed them.
animals. We cook dinner. We fix up.
But we've
Right.
got them playing, and we're back and
That was another one that was pretty cool on Friday night when we went to dinner was Money Pit.
yeah.
Like, we see him in our chats and in other people's chats and stuff, but when you get to actually sit there and chit chat at dinner,
It was fun.
It's different.
Harley ate my pen.
Oh. At the Tin Killer Lodge.
That's not cool.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
better
and
bring some more
Lisa there
pins.
had a pretty decent
did.
just chit chat and conversation for a while, just
Hmm.
about work and just random
This
stuff.
coming from a guy who says he don't really talk.
I said I don't like people that much, but I've said this several times. The ones we talk to all the time, y'all aren't people.
Oh, y'all aren't people. Y'all aren't people, y'all. If he talks to you, you're not people.
These are like-minded people, which
Oh.
disqualifies them for being just random people. I don't like a lot of people.
Have you ever seen a Mexican blush? Because I'm just like,
Oh,
guy is really saying they're not people.
I make her get
Please stay subscribed to
bashful
Leonard
all
Mountain
the
Homes.
time.
Please stay subscribed to
No, that's another thing. When I say stuff like that, if you get upset and unsubscribe, great. I didn't want you here anyway. If you're gonna be like that, you just became people. But that's how I used to do it all the time. Is I would my gauge for whether or not I liked you was I would tell her all the time. I was like, I could have a beer with that guy. That was my gauge. Like there's other times like, you know what? There ain't no way.
We're
It pissed me off before 2 steps.
Not people.
Don't say that. Oh. Oh my goodness.
See, he gets it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
If I like you and we can have a beer, or even if you don't drink beer, I don't care. If we could sit around and have a sweet beer, I don't care. But you're not people.
Yeah.
You're not.
But if you unsubscribe, you're people. You become people,
if
y'all.
if you get upset about something I say like that, you just became a people.
Oh.
Oh.
Sean saying we are a tribe, Chris.
Nope.
Oh,
A tribe of not.
goodness.
I know.
We're gonna have to sign off here. I
Yeah.
gotta get up and go to work
He's
in the
gotta
morning.
get up
I
and go
gotta
to
work tomorrow too.
Yeah.
My
Oh.
weekend fun is over.
Our weekend fun is over.
Yeah.
Over.
Now
I did get to
tomorrow-
extend it a little bit. I took Friday off because of the expo thing. So I got a 3-day weekend, but 2 days was driving and walking and driving, and then
Yeah.
I worked today. Not at work, but work.
Oh, I know. Whenever he
I couldn't get motivated today to do any work.
Oh, I never get motivated to do work, but I still do it. That's the problem. There's never nothing to do. Like, you
Oh.
never
Oh.
reach the end
I
of your
agree with
list.
that.
There's never the I haven't seen the end of my list since 1999. Like the list just keeps getting bigger, and you never reach the end of it. And then
Man,
that was before she started a homestead, which just brought a whole another list into the thing. Now I got 2 lists.
Yeah.
That-
Everybody
y'all-
have a great night. We're gonna hop off, and then y'all can do y'all's ending if y'all need. But thank you for bringing us
we
up.
don't do an ending. We just say good night.
Say good night.
Thanks for
Thanks
everybody
for not
sticking
being
in.
people.
What's Nick
Knocking the
Mickey
top
saying?
of a cold one with Chris less than a month. There you
There
go.
you go.
Oh,
I could have a beer with that guy. And in April, I will. Either at his camper or ours. It really don't matter.
There you go.
I could have a beer with that guy.
April is Mid America, right? No.
April's 10 killer.
April is
May.
10 killer. May is
Mid-America
Mid
is in
America.
Mid
May.
America. Yeah.
Okay.
They're
Yep.
we're going. They're on.
We're getting lined out on all these.
I just can't keep
Alright.
it straight in my head right now. There's
There you
and
go.
one every month, you know.
Hey, we took a class about rabbits, so now we're semi-professionals. I've been watching YouTube videos, which just makes me like an expert. So.
Yeah, we're experts now, y'all.
Yeah.
Ask us if we're experts
Yeah,
on
ask
anything.
me something about rabbits, and I might or might not have an answer.
But you can make something up, huh?
Right, I can pull something out of a hat, and it might be a rabbit. I don't know.
We
Oh
did
my-
find out Bugs Bunny's a liar.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny's a liar.
Mhm.
Oh, gee.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we walked behind and we saw them that they were doing that, but
Yeah, we stood in there for a little while.
Like,
but we didn't.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's another thing I was not prepared for when we started all this is getting interviewed. It's
Yeah.
just weird.
Oh yeah. I've got a little video. I was videoing them filming y'all, interviewing y'all. So
I'm videoing you, videoing me, videoing you.
I did. We were over there and I was like, oh, click, because they were doing the interview of you guys.
Good night, Greg.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, Greg. Good night, everybody. Good night,
Good
Donald and
night.
Lisa.
Yeah.
We're gonna pop off of here because we got to get ready. He's
Yeah.
got to get
Yeah.
ready for work
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Work is calling.
Thank you for joining us. It's
welcome.
so fun.
Appreciate all y'all.
Oh,
All right.
well, y'all have
Good
a
night,
good
y'all.
one. Okay, we'll see y'all. Good night, everybody in chat. Thank you for joining us. Bye.